Patriots finished 2022 at 8-9. So the question going into 2023 is, did they get better? And honestly, I feel like the Patriots are pretty much the same as they were last year, but this time they have an actual offensive coordinator, which undoubtedly will help. Like even through training camp in the preseason, like we're hearing and seeing having an actual offensive coordinator makes a difference. So it should help the team. So you look at what the Patriots did this offseason. They lost Jacoby Myers and Nelson Aguilar in free agency, but they were able to sign Juju Smith-Schuster and Mike Gesicki, who's going to join Hunter Henry as tight ends. And Mike Gesicki, you can slide him out. He can kind of play wide receiver, kind of play tight end, right? So getting these guys in the building, is it better than Jacoby Myers and Nelson Aguilar? Maybe. I think it's pretty comparable. Jacoby Myers was not bad, man. Like he's a receiver that I like. The Raiders got better being able to pick him up. So it'll be interesting to see how Juju Smith-Schuster and Mike Gesicki are used in this offense and how they're able to be involved in this offense as compared to Jacoby Myers and Nelson Aguilar and what they were for the offense. They also lost Damian Harris, and he not only left, but he stayed in the division going over to the Buffalo Bills. All right, now you look at some of the other moves they made. They were able to re-sign Jonathan Jones, which completely saves their cornerback room. Like Jonathan Jones is very, very good, but they definitely need him, and they need him to stay healthy. They drafted Christian Gonzalez in the first round, and he's expected to be very good in the NFL. And I expect him to be very good in the NFL, especially in the Belichick system. I think he's kind of made to be a Belichick guy, and his physical intangibles are all there. So we'll see if he can put it together on the field. But again, a guy that's expected to be really good in the NFL. And I am also somebody who thinks Christian Gonzalez will be amazing in the NFL at his position. And when I look at the Patriots overall, like they have a lot of pretty good talent, but nothing that's really over the top or elite level talent, you know. And before we talk about their schedule, you need to understand that the AFC as a whole, has incredibly difficult schedules this season, and that fact is reflected in all of the teams' records. Okay, and just for reference, okay, the Patriots, in my projections, play 13 teams this season with a winning record. They play 10 playoff teams. Their strength of schedule is 0.588. Okay, that is the highest in the league in my projections. Okay, the hardest schedule in the NFL. Please keep this in mind as we go through. Okay, listen to the teams that the Patriots have to play. Okay, they start their season. The first month of their regular season starts with the Eagles, who are just in the Super Bowl, the Dolphins, who are loaded, the Jets, who have Aaron Rodgers and are loaded, the Cowboys, who are loaded. Okay, the Patriots lose all four of those games. Okay, then weeks 4 and 5, winnable games against the Saints and the Raiders. But overall, I think the Saints' talent will prevail. And honestly, I'm picking the Raiders to win because of the storyline, right? You get Josh McDaniels, Bill Belichick. How awesome would it be to see Bill Belichick somehow lose to Josh McDaniels? Like Josh McDaniels as a head coach has been terrible. And it would just be sweet to see the Patriots lose to them because I'm clearly a Colts fan. So but again, these are both winnable games. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots did win both these games. But honestly, I do think the Saints are a better football team. They're just not coached as well, which is why they could easily win that game. And again, coaching is a big reason why I think Patriots could win week 6. But I do have them losing both those games in my projection. All right. And then you move on. Week 7 against the Bills, they're not winning that game. Week 8 against the Dolphins, they are not winning that game. But then week 9, a winnable game here against the Commanders. And I do have the Patriots finally winning a game. All right. How realistic is it that they start 1-8? I mean, probably not really realistic, but again, Eagles, Dolphins, Jets, Cowboys, Bills, Dolphins again. Like the front of this schedule is ridiculous for the Patriots. Like, I don't know how realistic people are being to say that this could be a playoff team. Like even taking my bias out of it. Tom Brady's not there anymore. So I tried to take my bias out of it, and I still just can't have them winning games against these other really, really good teams. Right. So then you move to week 10, where the Colts and the Patriots are taking the rivalry, one of the best rivalries in football. is getting sent to Germany, okay, to be seen by the German fans. But this time, both teams have their quarterback of the future, okay? It's Mac Jones versus Anthony Richardson. It is a new period of time in this rivalry. And I'd love to sit here and say that Anthony Richardson starts his career in this rivalry with a win. Okay, I originally had it that way, but then I had to take my bias out of it and I had to be real. And Bill Belichick is great against rookies. And with Anthony Richardson's lack of experience, it has me worried that the Colts can't win this game, right? So I am going to pick the Patriots to beat the Colts in 2023. One of probably the pick that hurts the most. If there's one game, like the Colts could lose all their games. If we beat the Patriots, I'd be just fine with that. So, but I do have the Patriots winning this game, which gives them back-to-back games. Okay. And then after the Germany game, Patriots and Colts both have bye week, which makes sense. But after the bye week, we get back to having a gauntlet of teams. Okay. You have the Giants in week 12 after the bye week. That might be a winnable game, but Brian Dable, really good coach. Giants have a very good football team. So I'm picking the Giants to win that game week 13 against the Chargers. Chargers are a much better football team, in my opinion. They should win. Then you have week 14, where this could be a winnable game. Really could be a winnable game. But Mike Tomlin is also a really good coach. Like when we're talking about best coaches in the NFL, if it's not Bill Belichick, it's Mike Tomlin, right? Right. Obviously, Andy Reid gets thrown into that conversation also, and I wouldn't blame you for putting him there. But those are the three, right? At the current moment, the way it sits, those are the pillars of the NFL at the coaching position. So Bill Belichick against Mike Tomlin. Honestly, I think the Steelers are a better football team. So I'm picking the Steelers to win this game. But again, a winnable game. They could pick this one up. Then you move to week 15. You got the Chiefs. There's no way you're winning that game. Week 16, it's the Broncos. And if the Broncos are what they were last year, sure, you could win this game. But they have Sean Payton. Sean Payton's one of the best coaches in the NFL as well. And Russell Wilson, I expect Sean Payton to be able to get out of Russell Wilson what we've been able to see out of Russell Wilson in the past. So go and give me the Broncos to win that game. And then you finish the season with the Bills, with the Jets. There's no way the Patriots are winning those games unless those teams are sitting their starters. So if you were paying attention, I have the Patriots finishing at 2-15. That doesn't sound realistic coming out of my mouth. I understand it. Like it the way it looks, the way it sounds, it doesn't sound right. I get it, man. But as I look at this schedule, I don't see a lot that I can change, right? They have a gauntlet almost every single week, right? Like there's, the Saints game, they might win. The Raiders game, they might win. That would move them to 4-13, right? If you give them the Steelers game, it's 5-12. But I just don't see like the Broncos game if they somehow end up being trash. 6 wins max. This schedule has 6 wins maximum. That's it. Okay, the Dolphins don't have to go to Foxborough when it's cold this year. Like, there's just no situation where I see the Patriots winning more than 6 games, but I have them at 2. And that there is going to get them a top 5 pick. And they should be able to get a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. maybe with the pick they're going to have in the draft. So I'd be curious to know what Patriots fans think of that, right? You have one bad season, but you end up with a generational talent, like one of the best wide receivers in the world right now. So with that said, that's going to wrap up this episode of Division Debates. Love to know what you think. You let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to keep coming back for more division debates. Going to keep pumping these out. And then at the end of division debates, before we get into the regular season, we'll have the playoffs for you and the playoff predictions. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on to keep getting notified of everything that we're putting out. And until next time, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you for the next video.